This bus is decked out and it is going all across the state. How cool is this thing? As we take you outside, the fans are roaring. They are ready to go and ready to see this team on its playoff push as we take you through here and through the fans outside and ready to go. 6-7 deep outside, and you can hear the excitement as it continues to build. Inside that Lions locker room, they are definitely crushed. I mean, this season came to a screeching halt. There were so many plans of this season kind of going beyond this, right? There were Super Bowl talks all year long, and that's where this team's ultimate goals were, and they were not shy about it all the way back in August during training camp. A couple other things. Early chances, Dan Campbell mentioned, the opportunity to go up 14-3. They couldn't do that. Some uncharacteristic mistakes. Those turnovers by Jared Goff, that pick six, really turned the tide and got this crowd completely out of it.
Thomas.
Josh, the Lions have done it. The road to the Super Bowl in the NFC runs through Detroit and Ford Field. The Lions beat the Vikings 31-9, dominating on defense in a career day from Jahmyr Gibbs. Dan Campbell, walking into his press conference after the game, put his hands over his head saying, "Woo. What a win. What a win indeed, and what a way to finish out a regular season." Taryn Arnold, the newest member of the Detroit Lions, take me through that moment when your phone's ringing and Brad Holmes is on the other end.
Man, I just seen Detroit area code.
The Lions season is over. The reality of that is hard to fathom. Lions coaches, players, and fans left empty and wanting more. Dan Campbell even using the word failure. A 15-2 regular season, setting plenty of first and franchise best. A new season, the playoffs, we're just beginning. The idea of so much more, all gone in a flash. Comerica Park set an attendance record over 44,000, close to 45,000. They topped that again tonight. Standing room only, this place was sold out. It was rocking, the orange towels waving around. This place loves baseball. If they make it to the ALCS, Games 3, Games 4, and a potential Game 5 if necessary, would all be here in Detroit. A special run, a special team, and they look to continue it. Game 5 in Cleveland. The Lions, the city of Detroit, and really this entire state has been waiting for this moment. The NFL draft is here, and the Lions hype is at an all-time high. The scene in Detroit is quite expansive. The draft stage down at Campus Marshes, where players will hear their name called and then walk across the stage and shake Roger Goodell's hands. Where we are down at Hart Plaza was where fans will be all weekend long.
Thomas, you were there this morning. What did we learn?
Josh, the new Amway Stadium in Grand Rapids will be home to a team playing in the MLS Next Pro, a development league for Major League Soccer. The league started in 2022. Currently, there are 29 teams. The Grand Rapids-based team will be an independent team. It's West Michigan Soccer for now, an official name, logo, coach that will all come at a later date. Good morning, Lauren. If you go all the way back to the summer, the Detroit Lions were the team everybody was talking about. Dan Campbell came out and said it on the first day of training camp at the end of July. The hype train was out of control. Now, 5 months later, the Lions are one of the last 4 teams standing, and the hype is only continuing to build as the Lions look to play in their first Super Bowl ever. The injuries continue to pile up for the Lions. Ali McNeil, David Montgomery, and Khalil Dorsey, the latest trio, done for the season. Dan Campbell said he's not sure when Carlton Davis will be back, but he too will be out for a while. The idea of a dream season being derailed by injuries, that's not something Dan Campbell is buying into.
Good luck for you tonight.
For as long as he can remember, Mark Lamont has been around the game of football.
Good luck for your team tonight.
And alongside his coach.
Boy.
I was teaching special ed, and I was in the hallway, and I saw this kid walk by. He goes, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Hey, how are you?"
Good luck, team.
And then I would see him every day, same time, same place. We became really good friends.
That moment was nearly 40 years ago. Mark was 10. A few years later, when Mark moved up to high school, that meeting grew into something more.
When I first started, I was a water boy for them. Not as much, just not as much. I helped him with his team.
Mark was born with Down syndrome in the 1970s, a time when resources for genetic disorders were limited. Football helped him fit in.
And the kids were so nice to him, too. That really made me feel good that the kids just took him in like, one of them, and that was nice too for him.
Mark is now 50 years old. His health, unfortunately, has begun to deteriorate, but he still loves helping out with the football team each week, and that makes every game even that much more special.
He's part of my life. He's like another son. I have 5 children of my own, but he's just another example of giving back, because I can't imagine what life is like for him.
I've learned a lot of patience because I have to understand that things are changing, and he repeats himself and he asks the same questions. And the other day he said, "Mom, I don't know how to open my banana." He has a banana every morning, and it just breaks my heart.
Still, Mark loves being on the sidelines each week.
You couldn't ask for a nicer, more gentle, kind-hearted young man.
At Mona Shores, Thomas Cook, Fox 17 Sports.
An off-duty first responder stepping in to save a referee who collapsed at the Cedar Springs Wayland JV girls game. And last week, the two met for the first time. Thomas Cook was there for it and has more on the reunion, Thomas.
Yeah, when we first talked to John Schaefer, he talked and said there was a reason he was at that game. Right place, right time, leading to a bond that will no doubt last a lifetime. The expression, playing with heart, both athletes and officials do it, giving everything they have until the final buzzer.
Right before the incident happened, I felt super lightheaded.
In referee Don Plugi's case,
And then I dropped,
he almost gave his final breath.
and then I don't remember much.
Don Plugi went into sudden cardiac arrest.
I was looking away because there was a kind of a lull in the action.
Off-duty firefighter and police officer John Schaefer was there to watch his granddaughter.
I heard a little commotion and
Schaefer jumped into action.
then instantly realized this is something far worse.
Schaefer started CPR. Cedar Springs is equipped with AEDs. One was located just outside the gym.
So, the world slows down and everything, all kinds of stuff happens when that happens.
Schaefer's efforts saved Don Plugi's life. He was rushed to the hospital, had surgery a week later, and then he was released. A full recovery for Don Plugi wouldn't have been possible without this important meeting.
Do what we needed to do to bring you back.
Where else but at the makeup game, of course.
Let's go. Huh?
Total strangers, now friends for life.
Because it's hard to really put into words the blessing of being used by God like that.
Thanks to one having the heart
These people that are standing over there were my guardian angels that night.
to save another's.
If it happened anywhere else, it probably would have been bad news.
Schaefer says he plans to hold CPR and AED training in the near future so that more people can be that right person at the right time. Reporting in studio, Thomas Cook, Fox 17 News.